Hey, what's up guys? Walt Ribeiro here. We do this every single day. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. And so today I'm going to show you the idea of the notes on the piano, and I'm going to refer them to the notes on the guitar. Okay, so yesterday I showed you about tensions, and that was the idea of like C7, C9, C13, C add 11, C add 9, whatever. When you get those letters and the numbers, when you get the numbers in the chord, those are referred to as tensions. So what's that mean? Well, here was your C major chord, and I'll just refresh it really quick from yesterday's video. Here's your C major chord. Here's your C add 9. Here's your C7. Here's your C add 9. Or your C9, which leads to the 1. Okay, which is your F. So let me discuss what all of that means, and you'll know by the end of this video. So let's go here to this app over here. Give me a second. It's taking a little bit of time. Okay, so now here's the app. Now the notes in your C chord were C, E, and G. Okay, what we're doing is the B flat. Let me see if I can erase that. Your B flat was your 7th chord. That makes it a C7. And if you were to add your D, that makes it a C, or no, I'm sorry, that makes it a 9 chord. Okay? Now, what you're also doing though, when you went the 11th of the note of the scale, is you would add your F. You add your F. So the notes in, let's see if this works. There we go. See? So the notes in your C11 chord, are C, E, G, B flat, D, and then F. These are the notes in your C11 chord. Now, there's 2 notes that you're able to drop. Okay? You can drop your 5th if you want to. Okay? And you can drop your 9th if you want to. So if you were to play C, E, B flat, F, it would be a C add 11, but it would still be pretty hip sounding. Okay, so now let's show you how to play your C11 chord. Okay, so here's your C. And instead of our 3rd right here, we're going to make that our F. Okay, now the reason why that's a C11 and not a C add 11 is because we're playing our E on the bass, on the bottom. So we got this. Now what we can also do here, if this is really confusing, just take it slow and watch the video again, and also don't forget to read the notes below in my video, what I'm gonna leave you guys. Okay, so now let me show you really quick. Here's your C, E, let me make this louder. No, that's as loud as it goes. Here's your C, E, and then G. Okay, C, E, G. Now what we're also doing is we're adding the 9th here, the D. We're adding the F, the 11th, okay? And that's it. So we have the 1, 3, 5, oh, and then we're adding the B flat. And we got a D and then F. So it's like this cluster chord. Oh, I'm trying to play it. Okay, so that's what your C11 would be, and the difference here would sound like this. This would be your C11 chord. If I remove it up, and so right there I had the open E string when I was playing my D11, so it wasn't really a true 11th chord. But 11th chords are great. A lot of times you'll use them if you want to keep the chord, but maybe your melody is playing in, like if it's a C chord and the melody line has an F in it, and maybe you want to play that tension, the 11th of the F, to play on top of that. That works great too. I know this is really confusing, But that's the idea of what your 11th chord is. Try and maybe play around on guitar, different voicings, different key signatures, different roots. You know, and try and come up with 11th chords. They're a little bit difficult to play on the guitar. They're much more easier to play on the piano. It's also more visual to see on the piano. But if you need more if you need, well, you only have 4 fingers when you're playing guitar because the thumb's in the back. So feel free to drop the root and to drop the 9th if you're playing a 7th. So make it the add 11. You can also, in some, this is crazy too, but it's true. In some cases, you can drop the root in the chord if you want, and you can give that to the bass player. You know, so you play like the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th. You know, somehow, you know, you can drop the 5th. You can play the 3rd, 7th, 9th, and 11th. Give the bass player the root, and don't worry about the 5th. So that's it. That's the whole lesson for today. There was a lot more information in this video than I think you realize because you might be confused. But just to go over it again, your C major chord is this. Your C major add 9 chord is this. Your C major 7th chord is this. Your C major 9 chord is this, or well, your C9 chord is this. And I'm going to keep all of that. Notice how I'm changing the 5th here, the root. I'm going to make that the 4th. And I'm going to double bar, and I'm going to partial bar this with my first finger, and I'm going to play the open E string right here. So now this is your 11th chord. Okay, so there you guys have it. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. And tomorrow we're going to start working on modes. I'm actually really excited about that. And any questions you have, leave them below. So in the past week, we've learned 9th chords, tensions. We've learned 11th chords today. 13th chords are the same, but now the one thing that you have to remember this, is that when you build these tensions up, like a C9, C11, C13, whatever, don't forget that don't forget to keep on adding the tension on top of the other notes. So let me show you. This will make sense. Let me show you. Give it a second to load. This app takes forever. It's a big app for some reason. Okay, so let me erase this. Or fine, I'll keep it. So C11, hold on. There you go. C11 is C, E, G, B flat, D, F. So C, E, G is your major chord. C, E, G, B flat is your C7 chord. C, E, G, B flat, D is your 9th chord. C, E, G, B flat, D, F is your 11th chord. But notice that the 11th chord has to have all of these other notes in it. You can't just start replacing notes. You have to build on top of the chord that's already there. So that's it. Any questions that you have? See, now it's gone like magic. Any questions that you have, let me know. And that's it. We'll see you back here tomorrow, guys. And hope you're all well and keep on rocking out. Peace.